The jealousy is real. Seriously, it's thick enough to cut with a knife. We're not just talking about the fans or the trolls online. Nah, it's in the locker room, it's on the court, and you can feel it through the TV. Welcome to NextGen Unfiltered, where we pull zero punches. Today, we're diving into the not-so-secret rivalry, resentment, and, let's be honest, the drama that's swirling around Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, two of the WNBA's hottest names, and the two faces everyone loves to debate.
You want the honest truth? Today's episode is the roast session Angel Reese never asked for and the cold reality check the league keeps trying to ignore. Buckle up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and make sure you're following us wherever you get your podcasts, because you do not want to miss the fire takes we're about to drop.
Let's set the scene. Angel Reese, the queen of the vibe, the queen of the side-eye, the it girl of the moment. Caitlin Clark, the baller who's been breaking records since she was in diapers. The one who walks in and instantly turns every game into a national event. On paper, it looks like a league celebrating two stars. But spend 5 minutes around the league and you'll see it's not celebration. It's simmering resentment, masked by backhanded compliments and icy stares.
Let's talk numbers. Reese was 5th in fan voting for the All-Star game, but barely cracked the top 10 with media or fellow players. Clark? She was the top vote getter, not just among fans, but among the people who actually play the game for a living. So what does that tell you? It tells you that inside those WNBA locker rooms, the players might smile for the camera, but when it comes to Angel Reese, their eyes are rolling so hard it's basically an Olympic event.
And here's the wild part. If I was a WNBA player right now, I'd probably be annoyed too, not at Clark, but at the circus around Reese. Magazine covers, sneaker deals, Met Gala invites, endless media attention. It's not even about basketball anymore. It's about who can be the loudest, the flashiest, the trendiest. And all the while, the real hoopers, the ones grinding in the gym, the ones with highlight reels longer than most careers, can't even get a Gatorade commercial.
The salt is real. We're talking Himalayan mountain levels of salt. The league's MVPs are busting their butts for years, and suddenly, a player with a mid-tier stat line and a killer social media game is the new face of women's hoops. That's not just jealousy, that's Olympic-level saltiness. And honestly, it's dragging the whole league down.
And then you have the sports media, falling over themselves to make Angel Reese the next big thing. It's like they're doing mental gymnastics, rewriting reality to fit a narrative that just doesn't hold up under the spotlight. They want her to be neck and neck with Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year, but every time you look at the stats, it's not even close.
Angel Reese is basically that friend who shows up late to the group project, does one slide, and somehow gets the most credit. Meanwhile, the real brains of the operation, Clark, can't even get through the door without being fouled like she stole something. Forget basketball fundamentals, just drop a cryptic tweet and you're trending.
But let's get real. The WNBA needs Caitlin Clark more than they'll ever admit. She didn't cause the league's 20-year ratings drought. She just showed up, turned on the lights, and exposed the cobwebs. Instead of thanking her, they turned her into the villain, the outsider, the intruder, the girl who's just too talented, too marketable, and too popular for her own good.
Here's the thing. They say Reese is the league's darling, but when it came time for the all-star starters, the players and media voted her off the island. Clark? She was the obvious pick because the numbers and the impact don't lie. And still, Clark's the one taking all the hits, literally and figuratively.
Let's not gloss over the facts. Clark is pulling the WNBA out of obscurity one step-back jumper at a time. She's selling out arenas that used to echo like empty gymnasiums. If she left for Europe tomorrow, the whole league would feel the earthquake. Overseas leagues would roll out the red carpet, tax-free contract, name a dessert after her, the works. The WNBA would be back to fighting for airtime between cornhole championships and competitive axe throwing.
Instead, what do we get? Angel Reese trending for cryptic tweets, for taunting, for celebrating mediocrity like it's a championship banner. You want a real rivalry? It should be on the court, not on social media. The only reason the league is eating it is because it's easier to market a personality than to admit their real marketing failures were only fixed by, let's say it, a white girl from Iowa who can hit from 30 feet out.
Meanwhile, Reese has her moments, don't get us wrong. She's put together a crazy run with her rebounding streak, becoming the first WNBA player to record 4 straight 15-plus rebound games. That's a lead, but let's not act like she's putting the league on her back. The double-doubles are legit, but sometimes you gotta ask, are those me bounds? Are those hustle stats or stat padding? Either way, she's not dragging her team to new heights the way Clark is.
And yet, when it comes to media attention, endorsement deals, and general hype, Reese is in her own league, pun intended. She's on McDonald's bags, at the Met Gala, starring in commercials, and still finds time to build her brand. That's the world we live in. Build a persona, get the bag, and basketball is almost an afterthought.
But you can't crown someone for clout. You can't give all-star votes for vibes. At the end of the day, the game is the game. And right now, the scoreboard isn't lying. Clark is torching nets, racking up highlights, and getting double-teamed like she's the final boss in a video game. The resentment isn't just brewing, it's boiling over.
If you really want to know how the players feel, just watch how they defend Clark. The ones who say she's overhyped are the same ones trapping her at half court and hacking her every possession. If she was really mid, if she was just hype, they'd let her shoot. Instead, they're chasing her like she's got the last golden ticket in the building.
And what about the fans? The arenas are full when Clark plays. The jerseys being sold, the TV ratings, the social media engagement, it all spikes when Clark is in the spotlight. You think that's an accident? It's not because the league suddenly got interesting. It's because Caitlin Clark made it must-see TV.
And what happens if Clark gets tired of being the crash test dummy and takes her talents overseas? The league loses its headline, its highlight, and its future. Everyone knows it, even if they won't say it out loud. Without Clark, the league isn't collapsing, it's already halfway there. Angel Reese could still be a legit rival, a worthy opponent, a foundational piece for the league's future. But it takes grind, it takes humility, it takes more than vibes and viral moments. It takes real basketball work, developing the post game, tightening up the footwork, and maybe dialing down the side-eye just a notch. It gotta be exhausting pretending you don't care about Clark while watching her highlights on repeat. The denial is wild. They say she's not all that, but every night they throw their best defenders at her, run traps, get physical, get chippy. You don't do that to a mid player, you do that to the queen.
Here's the bottom line. The WNBA is riding the Clark wave because it has no choice. And the only thing holding the league back is its own refusal to celebrate what's actually working. Instead of resenting Clark for what she's brought, maybe try to elevate everyone to her level. Grow the game instead of the grudge.
You know what would be poetic? If Clark just said, I'm good, bounced for Milan, and left the league with its bitterness and empty gyms. But until then, she'll keep torching nets, filling seats, and making the haters mad. The crown's not up for grabs, it's already on her head. The rest of the league just needs to recognize it.
If you enjoyed this raw breakdown, make sure to subscribe, drop a review, and follow us on socials for more unfiltered takes. Because here at NextGen Unfiltered, we don't just spill the tea, we set the table on fire.
And let us know, whose side are you on? Are you riding with the Clark effect, or are you Team Reese and the vibes? Drop your comments, share the episode, and we'll be back with more real talk next time. Until then, stay unfiltered.